The process is simple. We work to 3 stitches before the spot where we want to join the yarn. See, I marked this spot with the marker. Then we move the yarn to the back of the work and place the yarn tail on top of the working yarn to make a loop. The loop should be long, at least 3 times as long as the distance to the future join. And now take the working yarn from underneath the yarn tail and use it to work the next stitch. If it is a purl, bring the yarn to the front of the work, purl the stitch, then move the yarn to the back again. If it is a knit, then knit the stitch and keep the yarn at the back. You can do it with the yarn in your right hand or your left hand, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you use the working yarn, not the yarn tail. This is important. Then we twist the loop to the left until the working yarn is underneath the yarn tail, like this. If you are not sure which of the strands is the working yarn, it is the one that is attached to the first stitch on the right needle, the stitch that we just purled. Now take this strand and use it to work the next stitch. Let's make this one a knit, and I'll knit it using the English way of knitting with the yarn in my right hand, like this. See, the knitting style is not relevant, but make sure you keep the yarn at the back of the work and you don't use the yarn tail. Do it one more time. Twist to the left until the working yarn is underneath the yarn tail. Take that strand and work the next stitch. The marker tells us that it is time to join the yarn. Let's do it. Take the new yarn and insert it into the loop. You can go from back to front, but I find it easier to go from front to back. Leave a medium-sized tail, around 15 centimeters, 6 inches should be fine. The next step is the most fun. Because we were so careful not to knit and purl with the yarn tail, we can now pull that tail and close the loop completely. See? The yarn is securely joined. Now take the new strand and work one stitch. It can be a knit or a purl, but remember to bring the yarn to the back of the work after you are done with that stitch. Now twist the new working yarn and the yarn tail to the left until the working yarn is underneath the tail. Take the yarn and work the next stitch. Another twist, another stitch. And that's it. Now leave the yarn tail alone and use the new working yarn to finish this row or round. And then work a few more rows or rounds. Even 2 rows or rounds are enough. We need them to put some fabric between the join and the needles. This fabric allows us to pull the work sideways and let those tails get all the room they need. Now we know that they won't get out of their hiding places even when the project is stretched. Time to trim those tails. To be on the safe side, don't cut them too close to the work. Leave small stubs, especially if the yarn is slippery. So just about like this. Trim the first one and trim the second one. And just look at this clean join. I'm so glad I came up with this method. The join is fully invisible. Well, if you join yarn in the same color, of course. There are no bulky double stitches, no knots, and no tails to weave in later on. And the join is exactly where we want it to be. It doesn't get any better than this. This little knitting trick is great, but there are so many other effective and efficient ways to knit. I put together a free mini course about 3 knitting methods that will instantly make your projects look better and make you a more skilled knitter in less than an hour. Go give it a watch. The link is in the description.